door won't budge. Why keep a 40-year-old newspaper article? The door won't budge. Eyes still wide open. Guess he didn't see the killing blow coming.
I'll find out why the old ape wants you so bad.
Only slight scratches around the keyhole. Whoever broke in knew how to pick a lock. Huh. That's a lot of warning shots. What's that? Looks like they're short a full set. One of the mirrors was taken.
Squint, run! Oh, okay. I've killed him. Easiest gig in this district. You grab the mirror. I'm gonna go see what other loot we can take from Mr. Moneybags here. Who are you? What in K's name are you doing in my house?
Okay, let's see what we have here.
Easiest gig in this district. You grab the mirror. I'm gonna go see what other loot we can take from Mr. Moneybags here. Who are you? What in K's name are you doing in my house? Squint, run! Oh, okay. I've killed him.
Two men broke in to steal a mirror. One of them, Squint, cracked the safe, but Glover discovered him and shot him. Second one killed Glover. Hello, officer.
Well, look who finally decided to show up. If it ain't Charles Reed, the genius that cracked the case of Albert Throgmorton. Captain Caleb Lyons at your service. What can we simpletons do to assist you, Mr. Holmes?
You and I have a problem, officer.
No. Aside from making everyone in the Oakmont Police Department look like idiots, let me be frank, newcomer. You ain't welcome. You slip up, don't cross a T or dot an I, and I'll treat you like every other criminal here.
Okay. Well, can I use the police archive in the meantime?
You can, but only because of Mr. Throgmorton's patronage. And heed me well, you're on mighty thin ice, and I'll be under it when it breaks.
I'm happy to say I've never been hungry enough to consider eating whatever this is. Looks like Squint was having a bad day. Survived getting shot just to be stabbed to death. But who did it?
At long last, I'll fix what that old ape lover Francis did to you.
Get away from the... Oh, thank the gods. I thought you were another monster.
Sidney Stokes, I presume.
Aye, that's right. Do I know you?
Don't think so. I'm here about Herbert Glover. I believe you know him. Or, should I say, knew him.
Okay.
Nice trick with the wall. How'd you manage it?
It wasn't me. She put the wall there with some kind of hocus pocus.
You said she put the wall here. Who is she?
She's our employer. I don't know her name or anything. She promised us a good payout for a simple job. And I fell for it like a chump.
What did she hire you to do?
The job seemed simple enough. Go to the collector's house, grab some fancy mirror, and then hoof it out of there.
So where's this fancy mirror now?
She took it. When me and Phil met her with the goods, they got into a big blowout and she shivved him. Okay, what am I to do now? Phil was the idea guy, I'm just a sap.
Come on, paint me a picture. What did this woman look like?
She was tall and thin, very thin, just skin and bones. Mean like a rattlesnake. That's all I can remember. I didn't look too close at her.
Were you hired to kill the collector too? Or was that just for laughs?
I swear to Kay, it wasn't part of the plan. It was an accident. The guy started shooting at us and I panicked.
You panicked? Really? That's your excuse?
Oh, please, as Kay is my witness, I didn't mean to kill anyone. I'll give you everything. I have. Just let me walk.
Well, you've had quite a night. Break-in, theft, and manslaughter. I'm gonna have to report this.
Please, I'll get the char for this.
You should have thought of that before you killed a man. I've looked into your delicate matter.
Excellent. Don't spare me any details.
Glover's dead. He was killed by a man named Sidney Stokes, who happened to be robbing his place. He wasn't working alone. He had a partner, Phil O'Connell. Didn't end up much better. All over some kind of mirror, apparently.
Truck. Where is the mirror now?
Their employer has it. Some mystery woman. I didn't get her name, but she obviously wasn't fooling around.
I see. So, my enigmatic competitor has finally shown her hand. And the thieves are both dead, you say?
Sidney Stokes managed to make it out in one piece. Now, if I had to guess, he's probably holed up at his home. Want the address?
I would welcome it. I'll take pleasure in, educating him on some, shall we say, essential truths.
All right. I've held up my end of the bargain. Now, it's your turn.
Of course, Mr. Reed. Here's your payment. Now that you know everything, would you accept the second part of the job?
Let me guess. You want me to track down the mirror?
Yes. And the one who so rudely snatched it from my grasp.
I'm on it. Only got one lead, though. Our culprit had a bone to pick with someone named Francis. Mean anything to you?
Ah, yes. That is without doubt my father, Francis Throgmorton. May rest his soul.
What's he got to do with this?
I found mention of the mirror in his records. That's what led me to take interest.
Your father was a prominent man. I'm sure he had enemies. Anyone come to mind?
None who would outlive him.
You mentioned your father left records. Mind if I take a gander at them?
The prospect of you rifling through my father's possessions does not fill me with joy, Mr. Reed. But if that's what you need, so be it. Take this key.
Seems an ambitious expedition. Like father, like son. Curious craftsmanship. These must be worth a fortune. I'm looking sharp, but I guess that's the point. "1891 must have been a busy year for Francis." Kid looks a little familiar. I had some questions about Bethany.
I beg your pardon. I don't believe I know anyone of that name.
Well, it came up during the investigation. See, your father divorced, and his ex-wife's name was Bethany.
Say no more. It is beyond my earliest memories. But even if it weren't, my father's business is his own. I shall not engage in gossip.
Your father led an expedition back in 1891. Do you know anything about it?
I'm not the best person to ask, I'm afraid. I was a babe in arms back then, and my father never made his findings public. It is a great shame, of course. His work would have turned the science of evolution on its head.
Yeah, I can see that. Have a good day. I'm looking for Bethany Throgmorton. You got any patients by that name?
We'd know if we had a Throgmorton. Although, we do have a Bethany. Or rather, we did. She's missing, and not on one of her usual walks.
Her usual walks. You let patients leave the building?
Oh, Bethany was harmless, and she always came back. This time, well, I've never known her to be like that.
You mean she broke out?
Yes, knocked an orderly out cold. She was out the door in a moment. It took us all by surprise. She's usually harmless.
Any idea where she went?
No. She had been odd recently, though. Muttering to herself, and she drew this strange picture on her bedroom wall.
That's interesting. Can I take a look at her room?
I suppose it couldn't hurt. She had a separate room downstairs. Here's the key, but do watch out for broken glass.
Bye. There's enough dope left in here to knock out a horse. The blood's almost dry. At 7 years each, that's a lot of bad luck. I'm glad it's not mine. Someone had a field day defacing these. Huh. Was this taken at gunpoint?
I will find it, baby boy. I promise. Just tell me more. You no longer have any power over me. I have found my Hammond. He's shown me the way. Randall Glassworks. In Salvation Harbor. I can't believe it. The answers have been there since last century.
Stop right there.
Time to piece this one together.
You no longer have any power over me. I have found my Hammond. Randall Glassworks. In Salvation Harbor.
Stop right there.
Bethany escaped the asylum after getting the mirror from Glover. Next stop looks to be a factory called Randall Glassworks. Seems that Bethany had a thing for mirrors. You know anything about that?
Oh, yes. Poor soul. She was convinced there was a boy called Hammond living in her mirrors. She talked to him every day.
I see. Bye.
Yes, I haven't got all day. What do you want?
Just wanted to say hi. I'm new in town.
Oh, how nice for you. If you need to look anything up in our archives, get in line like everybody else.
Well, if that's the way it is, then that's the way it is.
Good. I'm glad we understand each other.
Bye. Looks like this workbench was used for making frames. Some sort of treatment solution. It must be what they use to turn glass panes into mirrors. Door won't budge. The door won't budge. The door won't budge.
A human face. Hold up, I'll unlock the door. I guess you're the reason that beast in the basement went quiet. I don't know how to thank you, mister.
Well, for a start, have you seen an old lady with a mirror around here?
Old Bethany? Of course. She got locked in our storage downstairs when the beasts attacked. I got a spare key. Please let her out. And feel free to take any supplies you want. You saved our lives.
All in a day's work. Thanks.
This used to be an okay place to live.
Do all mirror makers look this shifty? Oh, nice work. It looks like the craftsman's gone out of business, though. Too bad. Who knew that so much planning went into mirrors? Someone's been stocking up.
His house. Randall's house. Hold on, Hammond. We're almost there.
That's a thick book. Thick enough to be someone's life's work. These have been here a while. Where does one find a miniature coffin like this? Life can be cruel. Would have made a better father proud. What the? No, my head! Damn it! I can't. Hey, let me out! Life can be cruel. Biggest mirror exhibition in the history of Oakmont, including Master Randall's finest creations. His manor into a museum of vintage mirrors, collected over many decades. Somebody's been doing their homework.
There. As long as this mirror stays whole, you will be safe, baby boy. Safe, while I find a way to free you. These rites, they might buy me time. I will get you out, Hammond. There has to be a way.
Time to piece this one together.
These rites, they might buy me time. There. As long as this mirror stays whole, you will be safe, baby boy. Safe, while I find a way to free you. I will get you out, Hammond. There has to be a way. I will get you out, Hammond. There has to be a way. These rites, they might buy me time. There. As long as this mirror stays whole, you will be safe, baby boy. Safe, while I find a way to free you.
Bethany set up some sort of barrier to buy time while she tries to free Hammond. I could remove it by destroying her ritual mirror.
Oh, no. You can't have him. I won't let you. You can't take the mirror. You hear me?
Bethany, calm down, please. I mean you no harm.
No, you won't take my child. Not again. I won't let you.
It's okay. We can talk about this. I know the mirror's important to you.
It's my son. My son. His soul, his very being trapped in the mirror. Cold, hungry, scared for decades. It's... okay, it's so hard to understand. His body is dead, But his soul is frozen in glass, unable to move on or return without help. Oh, Francis thought this was merciful. Oh, the wretch.
What do you mean to do then?
I can call Hammond back into his own body. Don't judge me. This may seem unnatural, but we will be together. Everything is ready. I'm sure it will work. I only need to break the mirror to release him.
I can't go back empty-handed.
And I won't leave without my son.
Okay. Well, I guess you've got the right to try. Go ahead. I'll have to find some way to sweet-talk Robert.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much.
I was too late. The mirror. I found it broken.
What? No. How? How could this happen? Oh, my brother, my poor brother. I expected better from you, Mr. Reed. By gay, I did. No, Drock, just go. Leave me to my ghosts.